Welcome to this tutorial on how to install Fixco's GRP glass reinforced plastic roofing system. It is imperative that the boards are dry because, like with most waterproofing systems, it will not properly bond to wet or damp boards. Start by fitting the angle fillet trim, which is for use against a wall or parapet. Place the trim up against the wall, ensuring that it sits squarely.
If you pull that back, look, there's an expansion joint there.
Yeah.
Then proceed to secure it to the decking, not the wall, using clout nails at 150 to 200 mm intervals.
Sort of six inches apart, these.
We then fit raised edge trims to the deck. Start by applying polymer adhesive silicone to the side of the OSB board. Cut the trim where appropriate so that it fits flush and clip into place on the side of the roof, sticking it to the silicone. Then tack it to the board to make certain it is held fast in position. Likewise with the drip edge trim, follow the same process to fit it to the lowest edge of the roof, where the rainwater flows into the gutter. Put a flat piece of trim against the external corner and draw around the outline to use as a guide to create a cutout section, the same size as the exposed corner. Scoop out a good amount of trim filler and mix in some catalyst to allow it to set quicker. Apply it generously to the front corners of the roof and carefully press the trim into position until it holds. If you wish to, you can implement a heat gun in order to speed up the bonding process. Use a hand sander and/or sandpaper to remove the excess material and create a smooth finish. Sweep away any dirt and debris, remove all tools from the roof and make sure the surface is dry. Prepare all bandages that you'll be using to seal the trims to the roof deck. Mask all the joints between boards with masking tape to stop the resin penetrating into the joint. For the purposes of this demonstration, we are using an offcut of glass fibre matting, whereas in reality you'd have a roll of it that would be unfurled over the entire roof surface and cut to size, remembering to account for a 50mm overlap. Tear the matting on the drip edge side to create a feathered edge that seamlessly blends onto the trim. For the internal and external corners, roughly measure and tear away small pieces of matting so they cover the entire area.
This is the critical part.
Yeah, that's
If you put less than 1% in that resin, it will gel, but it won't fully cure.
Yeah.
And then you'll have all sorts of problems down the line. As soon as that sun starts baking the roof and it starts expanding, it'll start popping off.
Yeah.
So you can't go above 4%, but don't go below 1%.
Mixing the resin with the correct amount of catalyst is vital in order for it to properly cure to the roof. Stir it until the resin turns from a pink colour to brown.
I hope it don't go off too quick. So give it a good mix. You see how that's changed, look, from pink to a brown?
Right.
So we know it's mixed in well.
Wet out a roller and run it along the perimeter of the roof and joints between boards. Then lay the bandages over the top and roll over them until the resin has completely broken into the glass fibre, so that they look transparent. Go over the bandaged areas with a bubble buster to evenly distribute the resin and help remove any air pockets. You can then apply resin to the entirety of the roof deck. After which, place the strand mat over the top and proceed to completely wet it out with a roller, again till it appears transparent. Make long, even strokes with the bubble buster once more to ensure the resin is consistently spread while creating a smart, stippled look. With a laminating brush, apply the resin onto the corners and stipple the matting into the required sections until it is totally wet out. You can then put some glass tissue over the top of the matting, which hides the fibres and produces a smooth, polished texture. Allow time for the resin to set, and before applying the top coat, we recommend using sandpaper to remove any protruding fibres and give the roof a smooth finish. You should also wipe down the roof surface with acetone, which will help with the adhesion of the top coat. Calculate the amount of top coat you require and measure it out into a plastic bucket. Add the appropriate amount of catalyst and stir well for at least a minute. Use long, smooth strokes to apply the top coat liberally to the laminated roof surface and trims, making sure to create a nice even layer and finish at the point of exit. The coat applied should allow the fibre pattern of the laminate to still be visible after application. Once the top coat sets, you'll have a fully waterproof GRP flat roof. Points to remember. For every 1 kilogram or 1000 grams of resin or top coat, you need to add one of the following amounts of catalyst. 1%, which is 10 millilitres, 2%, which is 20 millilitres, 3%, which is 30 millilitres, or 4%, which is 40 millilitres. As a general rule, use less resin on warm days and more on cold ones. Subsequently, you don't need to purchase separate summer and winter catalysts. The recommended working temperatures for GRP are between 5 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius. Above or below those temperatures, it will not cure properly, and leaves and other loose debris may get stuck to the surface. Resin and top coat come in 10 kg and 20 kg cans, which should equate to covering areas of 6.5 and 13 metres squared for the resin and double that for the top coat. Check the weather forecast before starting, as you should never apply resins in rainy or damp conditions, as the GRP will delaminate. Keep a waterproof sheet handy in case of rain. The process of installing a GRP system on a roof of up to 30 metres should take 1 day to complete, although larger, more complex projects might take slightly longer. Depending on the ambient temperature, a GRP roof should be cured to the touch within an hour. Fixco GRP comes with a 10-year guarantee when installed by a registered installer. We can arrange training courses for our customers to become approved installers. For more information or to place your order, you can call our Leeds branch on 0113 277 8600 or our Bolton branch on 0120 480 0565. You can visit our website www.nbpltd.co.uk, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram.